Welcome back to Let's Play Neverwinter Nights 2 Mask of the Betrayer. This is Big Los, and we're in the Ashen Wood, and we're going to go take care of these frost giants that have taken over this island since the previous Spirit Eater consumed the spirit of a dryad guarding it. And if you do sleight of hand on these giants, they actually do have gold on them. Now, I'm not sure how much gold they have, and if it's anything like the pirates that we encountered in the sloop, then it's probably a lot of gold, and it will probably take a really long time to get it all. And even then, we probably wouldn't even get that much, probably not more than 10,000 gold. Right now I'm just doing sleight of hand to see if I can get any unique items or gems or anything like that. Let's see, what about this guy? What is you doing here? Get away from that tree stump! It is our stump now! But I didn't click on it. My mistake? Oh, they kick you out back here? Well, that sucks. Alright, well, let's go back and try to do some more sleight of hands before we actually talk to these guys. I know we didn't pick this guy's pocket. Okay, he's got gold. Now, that's the sacred pool. Now, if we go over here and try to talk to this... Wait a minute. No, it's my stump. You want this stump? You take it up with the jarl. Go away. Jarl? Or jarl? Well, if it's like Norse, I'm guessing the J's are Y sounds, so I'm gonna say jarl. Could be jarl. Whatevs. And I did try to talk to the jarl. Just what is you doing on our land, little bug? You do not look like a shiny animal. I didn't understand a word you just said. Why is there a tribe of frost giants here? Grr. You was sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Go off and play with your shiny badger friends. Come on, if this is your land, what have you got to hide? I is the jarl here. That is all that matters now. Oh, touchy, huh? If someone from my tribe happened to take my crown and throw me out, never you mind it. What's a jarl? How could you not know what a jarl is? A jarl is chief of all frost giants of his tribe. There is not anyone meaner or stronger or nastier than a jarl. Except if he is another jarl. Huh. I see. Now tell me more about this exile. Well, my old tribe believed that only the strongest giant should be the jarl. And that if a jarl wasn't the strongest, he should leave in shame. Any of us could challenge our jarl for his crown. When I won the challenge, so great was my victory that I also won the respect of the entire tribe. Except Didrik. Who is Didrik? Didrik was the runt of the tribe, but his strength was in his cleverness. I had just become jarl, and before I had my breath, he challenged me. I was so tired that he beat me easily. How come so many frost giants are still with you then? Well, the other giants, they is aware who the strongest one of us is. And it isn't Didrik, so they followed me, and now we is a new tribe. I'm not sure how you didn't see this coming. Well, the system wasn't the best, but at least we mostly got a strong jarl. Although some 10 days the jarl was better than others. but the system stays in place until we think of something better. You still have the challenge system? Well, we still like to have a strong jarl. This is the best way to pick him. You would take a challenge from anybody? What about me? Sure, I suppose if we want the strongest jarl, that anyone could challenge. But you is not going to win, so it's not a problem. Okay, tell me how the challenge works. Well, ordinarily the challenger has to show he can defend the crown better than the jarl. So he stands in front of the crown, and the jarl tries to take it from him. If the jarl can take back the crown and hold it for a while, he wins. If he is knocked out, well then he doesn't win. And you can only challenge once per day to keep things fair. This is gonna be so easy. Not going to be much for you to do against me when I step on you, little bug. All you could do under my boot is cry about how impressively big my feet is compared to yours. Ha ha! Why in the name of the gods would you let me challenge you? Well, if I is being honest, beating up the shiny little animals was really fun, but since then this place is kind of boring, don't you know? I challenge you for your crown, giant. Very well, I is accepting your challenge. But since I is still the jarl, I can make a new rule. So in this and all future challenges, you is going to have to protect the crown from all the giants, not just me, ha ha. And maybe you is going to have to fight some of us twice, because we is so excited to beat you up many times. Time to defend your crown, little bug. Alright, so some frost giants are going to spawn from every which way, and they're going to try to take this crown at the captain's feet. And if they do take the crown, it's okay, because if we defeat them quickly, then we'll get it back.
My allies, I shall lead.
In fact, I'm fully expecting them to pick it up briefly. And since we are in close combat, I'm going to switch everyone back to melee weapons, and I guess we'll have everybody take on one of those. And I guess I'll just have the captain stay where he is until a giant gets close to the crown. Then I'll have him attack. And the good thing about this is the captain gets his sneak attacks. Although it doesn't seem like he's hitting. I is giving up. Okay. This guy's gonna try to get the crown. Take him out. Okay, so he got the crown, but we quickly took him out, so the crown is now back at our feet, and we'll let our party members handle that over there. Yeah, I think they're doing just fine by themselves. In fact, it looks like one's pretty close to being dead. Yep. He's giving up. And looks like there's another one who is giving up. But as soon as one gives up, we have another one spawn, and this one just took the crown. But very quickly we defeat him and get the crown back. Okay, here's some more. Let's try to get them before they can steal the crown away. Now, if they take the crown and they disappear, then we lose. But we're doing a pretty good job. And it looks like there's one over there that's bugged where he's not disappearing. I don't know why. Alright, there he goes. And we got another one over here. This might take a little bit of time, but trust me, it's not as long as dealing with the Paragon Beast. Yep, that's bugged alright. If you click on him, he won't do anything and you can't really attack him.
I smell blood of our enemies.
I have my eye on our
Yeah, take this guy out before he gets closer to the ground. Oh, there he goes. Stop hitting me, little bug. Alright, here we got two more spawning out of nowhere. Take this guy out before he steals the ground. It really doesn't take very much for the captain to kill one of them. Uh-oh. There he goes. Oh, we got another one. Trying to take my crown? Don't think so. Alright, oh, and there is the Jarl himself. Tell by his helmet. And he actually has a weapon. But he's not any harder than the others. Just make sure that no one else steals the crown. And then we'll just take him out, and that should be it. Let's go over here and get some sneak attacks. There we go. This is the worst thing to happen to a Jarl. It is even more shameful than when Didrik knocked me over and sat on me and called me his new throne. When you as Jarl, you should strongly consider coming up with a better way to become Jarl. Now, you could do several things here, and some of them will change your alignment, some of them won't. But let's do this one. Every village that you pass, I want you to apologize for all the wrongs your clan has done, and offer to build homes for people there. And that gives us 3 points towards the good. You is the worst Jarl I has ever served. Any self-respecting Jarl would tell us to step on any villages that we pass and to sit on their livestock. We will do as you say, but if you is doing this to make up for the fact that you is a tiny Jarl, you is setting yourself up for disappointment. I'll be going into exile now. We get 1500 XP for that. And then we get another 1500 XP for becoming an honorary Jarl of a clan of Frost Giants. And then immediately kicking them out of their clan. Alright. And now there is the spirit of the fallen Berserker warrior from the last episode who just died. Grigari? Why have you come to me? The sanctuary needs a defender, and I think you are strong enough to assume the role. You could actually use this guy and get his essence to reform the force field protecting it. The land has seen fit to retain my services, but what makes you think I am worthy to be the sanctuary's champion? Lore. You arose as a Telther nearly immediately. It's a sign of the land's good graces. True, perhaps there was a reason for this. How do you propose to transfer my essence into the sanctuary? Now, we can convince him to give up his essence, but we won't, because we already have one. Now, this is the sacred pool. The tree trunk here is very old and possibly in the early stages of petrification. Adorned with fresh garlands of ivy, it appears to have been treated with utmost care and reverence. The water that is collected inside is crystal clear. So if we click on it, we get pure sanctuary water. So let's grab it because we're probably going to need it. They wouldn't have placed it there for nothing. And now we are going to save the game, because I'm going to show you what happens if you put a rare essence into the pool instead of just a regular spirit essence. Because if you put a regular spirit essence, that's it. That's all you really have to do. And a volatile one at that. But we have the Shape of Fire essence. Now we want the Shape of Fire essence for crafting, but if you place it in here, this is what happens. You get a reddish glow, and then the entire island catches on fire and everybody takes fire damage. And everybody continues to take fire damage as long as they stay here. Now, if you talk to this guy, he says, "What is it? I just wanted to congratulate you on becoming a Gnarlthorn. The land has honored me, and I am grateful. I will honor it in turn for as long as I exist. Farewell, Grigori." Alright, and as you can see, there's fire all the way around, and we've completed the task to restore this island to its sanctuary status. And then if we come over here and talk to this berserker, he says, "You have our thanks, hunter." Alright, so that's pretty much all the difference. But we want that Shape of Fire essence, so we're going to go back and we're going to load the game, and then we're just going to use a regular old volatile spirit essence. And yes, you can convince these guys to give it their spirit essences so you get more of them. But whatever, we're going to have plenty of opportunities to get more essences. So let's just put a volatile essence in here, and then instead we're going to get a blue glow. And then we have a blue force field covering the island. And that'll keep out all the evil creatures, and then we get 1500 XP for that. And we have now completed the task of returning it back to a sanctuary. And we have the same dialogue options that we had before. Even if you go over here and you talk to the Berserker Telther, he'll still say the same thing. He'll say thank you. Alright, and then we get some more Telthers here, and we can actually provoke them if we need to increase our spirit energy. However, it will increase our craving. As you can see, our craving bar has passed 50%. And we just had some spawning treants. So let's go take them out. They spawn right behind us. And this one is almost dead, so why don't we pull everybody away and we'll turn party AI off. Because I still have yet to see if these treants qualify as spirits to be devoured. And unfortunately the captain just killed it, so we're gonna have to be very careful getting it down to near death status. Alright, there we go. We don't need to attack anymore. We will attempt to devour its spirit. Let's see, and it says invalid target, so that's confirmed. We cannot devour the spirit of a treant. I wonder if they're Fae or are they just plants? They're probably just plants. Plants and Fae are two different things. Plants are immune to critical hits and sneak attacks. Alright, so we got a group of monsters over here, so let's throw a fireball at them, and man, I thought it was going to hit that tree for sure, but I guess not.
Unpleasant company.
Well, I guess we'll just go into long-range weapons again. And then we'll shoot at these guys as they're trying to close ranks, and then we'll send Oku to attack them and keep them at a distance. Captain, why haven't you changed to the bow? I pressed the button. Oh, and then we just had some treants spawn right next to us. I wonder why they didn't spawn before, because we were just in this area. Oh well, but very soon we're going to be surrounded by these things. No matter, the captain's weapon takes these things out rather quickly. As you can see here, not a challenge. Let's see. Why don't you, everybody, go back to melee weapons? They're right up on us. Alright, that should do it. Let's pick up all these treasure bags. They're full of essences. And then we will check out those blighted trees over there, and in the upper right corner I see the hunting dog that I was looking for in the last episode, so let's go on up here and talk to it. And then we got some more enemies up here to deal with. Let's see if we could talk to the dog. This emaciated dog looks like it may once have been an excellent specimen of its breed. It is wary of your approach even from a large distance. Let's go try to talk to it without provoking these plant creatures. The dog evades your attempts to confront it. And then runs away, and then we've just provoked these enemies that are attacking us. So after we talk to the dog one time, we have to go back to that little campsite with the corpses of the hunters. So first, we're gonna take these guys down, and then we'll... Oh, we gotta finish taking them down. Alright, there we go. Now we gotta pick up all these treasure bags, and we won't be able to talk to the dog until we go back to the campsite. So yeah, we'll gather all these up, and then we'll give them back to Sophia once we get her back into the party. Up, we got another treant over there. Well, I guess we might as well take it out since we're right here. Shoot it with some arrows. And then we'll go back to melee weapons and take it out. And right behind that treant is another treant called Gnarlthorn, but it is not evil, it's just laying down because it's very sick. So we'll talk to it soon enough, but first we want to complete this little mini mission with the dog. So let's go back to the campsite. I think now we've eliminated pretty much all of the random monsters that are around here. Okay, so if you click on the first corpse, you get a new option. It says tear off a piece of fabric from his garb. So we're going to do that. Now we can go back and talk to the dog. And he's all the way back here, and too bad we don't have Sophia to have her persistent haste. But as soon as we leave here, we're going to go back to Mulcitir and we're going to get her. Because I want her in the party. The dog trembles as it looks at you, its head bowed, its weight shifted back on its haunches, and its tail low and motionless, as though it expects to be struck. Oh, that's too bad. You should back off, old King Bear. Your presence is probably traumatizing it. It probably fears you will eat it, or mate with it. You would be a better meal, Hackspawn. Perhaps I will gnaw some meat from your bones the next time you are deep in dreams. Forgive me, old King Bear, but I would rather you devour me than mate with me. But enough of your clumsy threats. Can you speak to it or not? This dog has been tamed. It is a stranger to the wild. I doubt it will fully understand my words. No sudden movements. This animal looks frightened. We need to get it to trust us. So, of course we're not going to raise our hand threateningly. We're We're gonna hold out the Huntmaster's garb. Tentatively, the dog stretches its head forward to catch the scent of its fallen master. It takes a few small, cautious steps forward as it sniffs, perhaps in recognition. It looks up at you again. And then we're gonna scratch the dog's head because we don't want to hug the dog. It's a sudden movement. The dog leans its head towards you. Its posture straightening seems to have calmed somewhat. It appears to be calm now, enough so that it might listen to our questions. See if it's from the hunting party that came through here. I could have told you that from the smell, but yes, he was with them. Find out how... No, ask it where its masters are. It's just sniffing towards the northwest, toward the giant ash tree. I would not be surprised if its masters are the corpses we discovered there. Well, durr. I need to know how its masters died. I cannot be sure. His fear makes him difficult to understand. He seems to think that the forest itself is responsible for their deaths. Our questions have unsettled it. We should leave this poor creature alone. Alright, let's leave it alone and we'll pick up our 1000 XP. The dog evades your attempts to confront it and it just runs off, and I guess we'll just leave it out here to starve, I suppose, unless it can catch some small furry creatures to eat. And then this is Gnarlthorn. This is by far the largest treant you have come across since entering the Ashen Wood. Its leaves droop and are eaten away in places. Its bark is rotting and entire sections have sloughed off, revealing bare wood underneath. It does not appear to have long to live. Well, that's too bad. Let's talk to it first before it passes. Come no closer, little one. This plague is a vile thing, and I would not forgive myself if I gave it to you. Huh. How did you get this blight? Get it? In the first place, you mean? Oh, it has been hundreds of years since I first felt its grip. A creature came through here of the nastiest sort. Seemed he wanted to consume this place, as if one creature could do such a thing. Well, when it came time for him to consume me, I turned out to be a bit more than he could absorb all at once. Left him vulnerable. What happened then? I was lining him up to crush him under my roots, but he left me weak, as though the sap had been let out of me. Dizzy as I was, I couldn't see much of anything, much less crush it. But I did manage to fall on him and break his spine. Don't remember what happened after that, but I think the woodman had things sorted out by the time I awoke. This dreadful pox was the legacy that foul thing left me. Good riddance to it, I say. I thought the blight was a recent development. It was! For months, I lay on the forest floor, much as you see me now. But after that accursed creature left this place, the forest began to rejuvenate, as it always has. And with that, the withering in my limbs reversed its course, and my bark formed anew. It has been healthy for centuries. Several days ago, though, I caught a sudden relapse. Scars that had long since healed reformed in an instant. Took over right where they left off. How can I remove the blight from the forest? Remove? Oh, I don't think anyone will be removing it. It's cursed, you see, and it's divinely protected. How do you know that? Some blights are from the land, and some are from the gods. It takes someone who's felt both to know the difference. There must be a way to remove it. Doubtful. Very doubtful. Most gods who do this sort of work, Talona and the like, are not keen exempting anyone from it. Although I suppose that if another god were to take pity on the forest, you might have something there. How could I make that happen? If anyone would be sympathetic, it would be Chantea. She used to run wild through these lands at the beginning, before the Ashen Wood ever took shape. She might listen. It would take a strong petition, though. You would need to anoint yourself with a special mixture, one that stresses the dire need of the forest. So I would have to brew some kind of concoction. Something like that, yes. Ordinarily, it would consist of acorns, leaves, and pure sacred water. But you will need to make a stronger case for Chantea to undo the work of another god. If you were instead to mix 2 tainted items from the forest with the water, I should think you would have her attention. Okay. What would I need to do once I got those things? You would need to mix them together. That's simply a matter of using the tainted items on the sacred water. You need to then anoint yourself with that mixture. Finally, you would need to go to a spot that is favored by the gods and petition her. I should think that the red tree of Immil Vale would be an ideal location. Where should I look for the ingredients? Fortunately, I think my leaves would suffice as one of the tainted ingredients. Just about the only thing they're good for these days. I will provide you with some when you set out. You would be sure to find sacred water in the sanctuary to the north of here. There is a hollow trunk there that used to belong to one of the eldest trees in the forest. The water it collects is quite pure. I am not sure where you would find another corrupted ingredient. I have heard there is a horrific blaze raging to the south of here. That may be a place to start. Okay, farewell. Here, take a few of my leaves. They will serve as a first ingredient for you. Alright, and then we got the blighted leaves. Good luck, little one. Alright, so let's create this anointing mixture. We got the blighted leaves. Let's check it out. This handful of leaves, given to you by Gnarlthorn, is one of the ingredients of the anointing potion you will need in order to petition a god. So to use it, we're going to double-click on it, and then we're going to click it on the pure sanctuary water. So let's do that. And we lose the blighted leaves, but we still have the water. And the second ingredient are these bark cinders. You found these bark cinders amidst the wildfire raging in Ashenwood. As evidence of the forest's need, they will make a suitable ingredient to the anointing potion you'll need to petition a god. So we're going to, in the same manner, use it on the pure sanctuary water. Now we have the anointing solution. You have mixed together the requisite ingredients. Now have a potent anointing solution that should gain the attention of the gods. But now we have to make our way to Immil Vale in order to use it. Will we be able to convince Chantea to help? Find out next time. This is Big Los signing off. I'll see you next time, and Tango and Buen Dia.